Hey, what's up guys? It's Pat and welcome back to another mod showcase. And today we're going to take a look at the Frontier Ultimatum Craft mod. And if you like giant weapons in boss fights, you're really going to enjoy this one. It actually adds in two brand new biomes as well. One is like right over there. You can see there's like weird looking dragons in it. There's so many, it's so dangerous. But we're going to start off with the massive weapons because they are freaking awesome. So there's three weapons. There's the Kirin's Thunder Sword, the Agito Greatsword, and by the way, some of this stuff is really hard to pronounce, so I'll try my best here. And there is the War Hammer. So I'm going to grab these. I'll show you guys the recipes after. So the first one, the Kirin's Thunder Sword, is kind of small compared to the others, but is the most powerful one. The next one, Agito Greatsword. This thing is freaking huge. I mean, look at it compared to myself. It is about 5 times the size of me. I have no idea how I even can hold on to this. And this one is the War Hammer. An awesome hammer. It's at least the size of me. I love how they added in these giant weapons. I always see it in like RPGs and stuff, and now it's cool to see it in Minecraft as well. So for the recipes, the Warhammer. To make that one, you're gonna need iron ingots, matcholite ingot, which is from the ore that was added in from this mod, and also brute bones, which I'll show you how to get that after. And for this one, the Great Sword. The recipe is a bunch of matcholite ingots and some brute bones. And the last one, the Kirin's Thunder Sword, the strongest one. The recipe for that is from Kirin's Mane, Kirin's Charm, and an Iron Sword. And these are actually going to drop off the Kirin boss, which is a really tough mob from this mod. I'll show you guys that after. Alright, so now let's get to the armor, which I'm wearing right now. You can see, you kind of saw it already. My sword, my weapon's kind of getting in the way here. Let me take this off. But yeah, I actually look kind of interesting. I'm very, like, a lot of different colors. Like, pixelated almost. Seems like random. Okay, so we're going to go to the recipes for those. There's the Kirin's Cape. So the recipe is a bunch of Kirin's mains with the charm and also armor spheres, which I'll show you that in a minute. The boots, recipe for that is matcholite ingots and Kirin's mane. The legs, a bunch of Kirin's manes with one Kirin's charm, and the last one is the crest. And the recipe is Kirin's manes, a charm, and an armor sphere. So in this mod, there are two kinds of ores. I think this is an ore, I'm not sure, but you definitely smelt it. So there is matcholite and there is armor spheres, which are right here. They look kind of interesting. So if you actually take these, let me grab one of each, and you can smelt them both. So this one, I'll put the armor sphere in there, and I will put in the matcholite ore in there. And when this one comes out, it actually comes out as the armor sphere again, which is kind of weird. By the way, this is a work-in-progress mod, so that's probably why they just haven't renamed it. So now I have two armor spheres that obviously look a bit different, but these are for the recipe, so it's pretty important. And right here, we've got two matcholite ingots. As you can see, they have turned into two after we've smelted them. So that's basically how you get that stuff. So now for some of the bosses. And this one is the strongest one, the Kirin. And it actually drops the Kirin's Mane and the Kirin's Charm, but not 100% drop rate. I killed it like 10 times trying to find out what it actually dropped, and sometimes it drops nothing, by the way, so important to know that. And it spawns in the snow and swamp biomes. So we're gonna fight this. We have the best gear on. It probably will be still very difficult, so we'll try. It has like lightning moves. It has 1,150 hit points. You can see it's striking lightning, and now it's freaking raining. But I'm fighting it. We have the best gear. You will not have this gear on since you actually have to kill it to get this gear. But it has 3 moves, and they're all lightning moves, and they're just more powerful each time. Like, there's one that shoots 1 bolt down, then there's one that shoots like a few bolts, and its most powerful shoots like bolts all over the freaking place. You can see this does 33 damage. The other 2 weapons do a little bit less. I'm gonna switch to the Greatsword. There's about 28 right there. And there's a very long range with it, as you can see. The thing about the Thunder Sword is it actually puts slowness for 4 seconds on your opponent, and the Warhammer does about the same amount of damage as the other one, 24 damage. So I'm gonna finish this dude off. Alright guys, I've almost got her down finally. Almost dead. Very easy with this gear on, obviously. In diamond gear, extremely difficult. That'd be a very hard fight. We're gonna switch the weather to clear here. It's raining like crazy now. And Kirin, that sounds like Final Fantasy to me. At least that's where I've heard that name like a bunch of different times. It's like, it was always a nice thing, wasn't it? It was like a guardian that came and helped you, not tried to kill you with lightning, but that's all right. Very strong mob. Be careful, guys. All right, the next one is the Cephadrome. So the Cephadrome, he drops the Cephadrome hide, which has no use at this moment. So it probably will in like the next like update. And the Cephadrome spawns in the wide desert, which is actually right over there. I'm going to show you guys that after, and that is all that spawns there. I'm going to try to get a little bit closer. You can see there are a ton. It is extremely dangerous. I'd say they might even be more annoying than the last mob we just fought. Alright guys, I went a little bit further away from the wide desert because it was causing my FPS to be much lower than it should be. It's because there's like 100 Cephadromes like in one cluster. I'll show you guys a really good view of it after I show all the mobs. So we're going to spawn this dude right here and fight him. They have 955 hit points, and I mean, just look at this dude. It is a giant dragon. He's freaking massive. He's knocking me in this. Get out of here. He knocked me in the hole. I can't get out. Oh, I know what to use. My greatsword, it like knocks them back a bit. Here we go. Trying to get out of here. So this is a very tough fight. I would say maybe even harder than the Kieran mob, probably because he has such a long range. Like if you're using a diamond sword, you're really going to struggle with this one. He could hit you like 5 times before you could actually get to his hitbox and hit him, making it extremely difficult to kill the Cephadrome. He's like knocking me all over the place. Probably the greatsword is your best bet here. I mean, you can knock him back a bit, and it has a really long range. But yeah, very difficult fight, especially since in the wide desert, there's like 1,000 of them. I have no idea how you could possibly kill them all, since about 10 of these will be fighting you at exactly the same time. Alright guys, so the next mob is actually really similar. It is the Cephalos, which is, you know, related, I guess, to the other one, because you'll see it looks like identical to him. But he's a little bit smaller and not as strong. He only has 55 hit points, and this one you definitely could kill. I've noticed his hitbox is a little weird, like, you can't hit him in the tail or anything. He, like, evaded my attack right there. You can only hit him in the nose. It's something I've noticed. Like, right now, I'm not doing any damage. I'm trying to get over there. He keeps moving all over the place. Hold on for 1 second, man. Gotta hit him right there. Right? Damn it. Why can't I hurt you? Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's a very small hitbox for some reason. I'm not sure why. It definitely needs to be increased a little bit. But the drops on him are exactly the same as the other one. So they both drop the weird, like, Cephadrome hides. So the next one is the village defender and also the enforcer. And these dudes just spawn, like, all over the place. I'm gonna spawn one of each. So what they do is they kind of, like, go after hostile mobs. You can see this one, he actually spawns with like random gear on. He could have nothing on at all, but he happens to have on, you know, some like leather armor, iron helmet, and gold sword. So if I spawn a bunch of them though, they could have diamond armor. It doesn't really make any difference. And if I do hit them, I'm pretty sure they fight me. You fight me, right? Yeah, he's a little bit upset that I hit him. But he goes after hostile mobs, and this dude, same thing. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to find something to spawn here. Let's spawn a... What can we get? We'll grab a skeleton. So they should go after skeletons. So go after him. There we go. He's kind of after him. He's attacking, and he's killed him. Let me spawn a couple. So yeah, they are aggressive to hostile mobs. They'll help you at night and stuff. I see him go after the spiders, like as I was setting up this review. He's kind of just staring at. Get him! Get in there. Don't be afraid of the water. You help him. Get him. There we go. He died. Alright, so yeah, those guys basically do the same thing, and the village defenders don't spawn in villages. I mean, there's one right there. They don't spawn there. They spawn, like, all over the place and do exactly the same thing. But, you know, they can have all different kinds of gear on. So, oh, by the way, the enforcers, these dudes, they actually drop gold ingots, but the other dudes, they don't drop anything. I killed a bunch, and they didn't drop anything at all. So the next one is the... I have no idea how to say this. A rupee, maybe. Maybe it's like a goat. We'll say goat. This is the goat. And he could drop these weird horns. This is like goat horn. And he could drop raw meat. And this item right here is called a rupee's carve. And it's for a crafting recipe, by the way. I'm just assuming it's supposed to drop off him, although I haven't seen it. And this one is a peaceful mob, so I'm going to switch it back to peaceful, because then all those mobs like from that desert won't like lag me at all. So we'll spawn him right here. And he... Oh, you don't spawn in peaceful, do you? I thought he would. Alright guys, I got some more spawn eggs. I assumed he would just stay there. I mean, he's a friendly mob. He's kind of like an animal. I didn't think he would despawn in peaceful, but you know, he's a goat. And I guess I could kill him. He drops food and stuff like that. So if you really want food, you can kill those dudes. They spawn in the forest and the highland biomes. So the next one is the moss swine. So this one drops food as well. I think this one is like the giant thing. What is it? Let me see. It is the... Oh, no, this one's the boar. Got it confused. So it's basically a pig. Drops meat. So we'll kill it. Get a little bit of meat there. And the next one is the Popo. This is the one I was thinking of, I think. It can drop meat, and it can also drop the leather, I would assume, although I haven't seen it. But it is a work in progress, guys. There's a couple things that might just not drop yet. So the Popo, he is like a giant, what are these called? A mammoth or something? It's like a mammoth. He's got 30 hit points. If I punch him, he, you know, he's kind of just running around. He doesn't actually like go after me and try to kill me or anything. So you're pretty safe even though they have 30 hit points. Let me just finish him off here. Get some more meat. Did he drop the meat? I didn't see any meat. Oh well, it's all right. Okay, so I think there is one more here, and that one is the Giant. The Giant's kind of cool. He drops hot milk, which I'll show you guys after. So we're gonna kill him. He's an interesting mob, definitely. 170 hit points, and I mean, look at his face. It's pretty weird. He's kind of weird looking. And you can see his body, like, doesn't fit on his legs correctly. It should be moved over, like, one block. Am I right? It seems a little off. But anyways, we're gonna kill this dude. I'll hit him once, and I'll let him hit me. He goes really slow. Like, you could just hit him over and over again. He's kind of... Are you coming towards me? Hit me. There we go. He throws you right into the air. But he goes so slow. I mean, you could just go at him and just hit him. You know, you could punch him to death if you really wanted to. Right when you start a new character, he couldn't get close enough to actually hurt you. You'd have to stand... You'd have to be, like, sleeping while you're playing. Fall asleep. And maybe he would be able to kill you. He's also most likely the mob that's supposed to drop the brute bone. So he drops this... What is it? Hot milk? So if you use this, it recovers your hunger and also gives you a buff. And it is a speed buff. You can see right now, I am running around like crazy. It lasts for 2.5 minutes. There's a bunch of foods that actually do some cool buffs, which we're going to get to next. So the next one is Kieran's buff. And I'm not exactly sure how to get this. There is no recipe. I'd assume maybe it's a rare drop off the Kieran mob. That is possible. So it is, once again, you know, like food. So if I use this on myself, it's going to give me a buff. And now I have resistance for 2.5 minutes. And there's one more food. And this one is the buffed Popo meat. So if you take raw meat, let's look at the recipe right here. So you're gonna need to cook your meat, you're gonna need bread, and 2 Kieran's buffs, and you get buffed Popo meat. So this is the same thing. It gives you a buff, and it gives you a jump boost, but the only thing is you still take damage while you have the jump boost on. I have like no hunger right now. Let me just do this. Splash potion of hunger. I was ready for this, guys. So I'll grab this and show you. So they probably should add something so you don't actually take fall damage. Oh god, it's raining. Switch that off. Such bad weather. Alright, so hopefully my hunger goes down. It really doesn't seem to want to. I've actually noticed that it maybe is possible that some of this gear prevents your hunger from going down very quickly. I really haven't had my hunger go down much at all, like setting up for this review and testing it. So I've had to actually make these potions of hunger to make it go down. As you can see right now, it is not... Oh, it finally went down a little bit. There we go. Thank God. All right, we'll use this. All right, so now I have jump boost for 2.5 minutes, and I can jump high, but, you know, it kind of hurts me. Although I'm not taking any damage because I have probably because of my, like, resistance and all my gear and stuff. But before, when I was jumping all over the place, I was taking damage. Alright guys, so I waited for my resistance to wear off to see if this actually hurts me. I know it was hurting me before, and yeah, it does do damage to you. So to be careful, they probably should add in something so you don't take any damage at all when you jump with this on. Because it's cool to be able to jump around, but not when you get hurt and it kills you. Alright guys, so there is one more thing, and this one is the Monster Smoke. And the recipe for it is matchalite ingots, and also the Arupi's carve, which probably is pronounced horribly wrong. But it's kind of cool. So what it actually does, it makes it so like mobs slow down. You throw it into them and it like puts slowness effect on them. We're going over to this desert now. This is the wide desert, and you can see why it might make your FPS go lower. There are a ton of these mobs around. So what you do with it is you would throw it like this, like that. And it would give you a chance to like run by, because now he has like 7 seconds of slowness. It doesn't stop them from attacking you. I've tested it out and he will still go after me, but he's very slow, so it will give you a chance if you actually craft these. And this is one of the biomes. As you can see, there's some like darker water there, and it's basically just a desert with tons of these. Like if you really want their drops or you just want to get slaughtered, I guess you would come here. You really want to die because you're probably going to die if you come here. I have no idea how you would survive this place. It's like never ending. They might nerf this. I would have to imagine that they will, you know, lower the spawn rate a tiny bit for this area or something like that. Or make it like really worth getting here. Have something like awesome that spawns here, like a, you know, some kind of like structure with amazing stuff. And you got to get through like thousands of these to get there. That would actually be kind of cool and make it worth like exploring this area. So guys, this is the other biome. This one is the highlands. And some of the mobs do spawn here. It's like a giant like mountain biome. And I actually like the texture on this. It makes it really look like a mountain. I think it looks pretty cool. But anyways, guys, this mod adds in 2 brand new biomes, some giant weapons, boss mobs, and some other mobs as well. And there's some pretty cool, like, healing foods and stuff, too. If you want to check this mod out, the download is in the description. And if you enjoyed the review, I'd really appreciate it if you left a like and subscribed. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.